On the surface, it doesn't look like much has changed in the Ontario Legislative Chamber. Sure, the government has a bit of space where there used to be seats, and on the opposition side, well, there's a lot more chairs shoehorned in for new members. But in reality, everything has changed. Premier Dalton McGuinty no longer has a majority government, and that means he's going to have to look to either the NDP or the Tories to get his agenda through the House this fall session.
So there will be differences, and that's natural. I would argue it's also healthy. But I'm convinced that we're going to be able to find common ground and to represent the interests of Ontarians. They want us to find a way to ensure that we strengthen this economy, create more jobs, continue to support their schools and their health care.
Well, Premier Dalton McGuinty has his own agenda for the legislature. Namely, he wants a healthy home renovation tax credit for seniors and a tuition break for students. The opposition have their own priorities, their own ideas. In particular, both the NDP and the Tories want to have an HST break on home heating. And Tory leader Tim Hudak wants a freeze on public sector salaries.
Ontario's losing 100 private sector full-time jobs every hour, 24 hours a day since the election took place. Given that we're seeing that in the private sector, it is simply not unreasonable to ask public servants to forego pay increases. It's only fair, and it reflects the reality we find ourselves in Ontario in 2011.
We talk very clearly about, instead of giving these across-the-board corporate tax cuts and paying for them through service cuts, that we would actually stop the corporate tax cuts and make sure that we weren't, having to make all kinds of cuts on the public sector in order to wrestle the deficit down.
Minority governments can produce healthy compromises that actually lead to very good solutions for the public's problems, but they can also end up pure posturing as the three parties rattle their sabers in anticipation of an election that some say could come as little as 2 years down the road. For Sun News Network, I'm Antonella Artuso.